Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your kind pen, the Don Diamond Dab of the Day. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends to subscribe. Send a like, and I reply to all comments. Let's get started with today's topic. We often talk about how to achieve things, how to move past hard things to get to your solution and finalize your goals. But do we ever talk about what happens if you fail to achieve your goal? You fall off that ladder, you fall into a pit, you hit the wall and you can't do it. Do you crumble and break? Let's discuss what happens when what you can do, what you should do when you fail to achieve your goals. A lot of people set goals and fail to achieve them. But what should we do? We've always talked about setting goals, but we really don't talk about what to do when we don't accomplish our goal. So that's what we're going to talk about. You got to understand, though, first, that failing to achieve a goal does not mean you failed. It just means that something is wrong and that you need to change your strategies, change your approach, and that you need to change the way you do things. It's very normal to fail, and it's certainly okay when you don't achieve your goals. In fact, it's usually the failure that catapults most people to the greatest successes. So let's welcome failure. It's a part of the journey, and sometimes it's something you need to experience before you can really appreciate success. Failure is the mother of all successes. Without failure, there'd be no success. Failure makes us appreciate success even more. Just like if there'd be no rain, there would not be an appreciation of sunshine. If there's no loss, you'll never feel the pain. More importantly, failure is just going to be temporary. And it's how you manage failure when it comes to us that truly matters. You can fail 10 times in a business venture, but you can still get up and try for one more time. Some people fall once and they don't dare to try again. They choose to be defeated by the results they got. They choose to continue to lay on the floor and stay knocked down. Defeat is a state of mind. No one's ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. So, are we going to accept being defeated? I hope not. Let's discover what we can do when we fail to achieve our goals. Well, first thing you got to do, I think, is a postmortem and learn from the experience. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or even greater benefit. Postmortem means an analysis or discussion of events held soon after it occurred, especially in order to determine why it was a failure. When you fail to achieve what you set out to accomplish, it means something to you. It's a signal telling you did something wrong. Just like before you fall sick, your body will feel uncomfortable. It's a signal that your body sends you. If you ignore the signal, the sickness is going to come. And if you choose to ignore signals, you're going to suffer consequences. And frankly, failure is just one of them. Failure is the feedback telling us that something's not working and we need to change it. We don't have to look at failure as failure. Treat it as feedback that will help us to improve. Therefore, the first thing we can do in the postmortem on the failure we got is ask ourselves, why did I fail? What was the reason I failed? Did you work not hard enough? Did you not estimate correctly? Did you procrastinate? Did you take enough time? That's why failures are trying to tell you things. And the best part is you don't have to choose to succumb to the failure. So understand why we fail so that we can bounce back higher. When you know why you fail, you'll feel better because we'll acknowledge the problem. And when you know what went wrong, you can change it and you can solve it. And it even makes people feel better and have more confidence to be more hopeful again. Therefore, a postmortem every time you fail to hit your goal is a really good thing. The second thing you can do when you fail at your goals is simply get away. Sometimes when you fail, you don't have the mood to continue to do things. Your mind will keep thinking about your failure, and that only makes things worse. So when it happens, get away from the situation. Do something totally different. So these things are ways for us to be less afraid from failure. The key is to clear off your mind so that you can see the big picture. Because when you're stuck in a circle, you won't see the opening or the edge to go ahead. When you're lost in the jungle, try to go to the higher ground, they say, so you can have a clearer and further view. Same happens when dealing with failure. Try to get away from the situation and do something different. Take a vacation emotionally when needed. Go and take a walk by the beach in your mind or in the woods. Go and do something sporting. Do something that'll make you happy. Take your mind off the problems. And guess what's going to happen? The solution is going to appear. Sometimes the best way to handle failure is to ask yourself honest and brutally hard questions to help identify the problems. When you ask yourselves those types of questions, you'll start to think about your actions. Most people actually overestimate their ability when it comes to short-term goals. They want to earn $1 million a year. They want to learn a way to lose 10 pounds a week, those types of things. But by asking honest questions, we'll be able to know how we can generate the results we want. So ask yourself the most thought-provoking questions you can get. If you continue to do what you do, what results are you going to get? Is that how successful and extraordinary people do it? Are there better ways for me to generate a result towards what I want? You see, you can't just earn that $1 million and then do nothing. Your actions have to align with your goals. And when that works, you achieve your goals. When it doesn't, unfortunately, you're sure to fail your goals, fail to reach them. So, you got to ask the brutally honest questions. You got to be hard on yourself to change your strategy, do something else. And by consistently asking yourself difficult questions along the journey, you will get yourself back on track. You will be able to do the right thing so that you can achieve what you want to in life. Well, there are other things to do. Sometimes people fail not because their goals are too big, but sometimes you have to do things a certain way, a very particular way. Well, if you work hard blindly, you'll fail faster. So you got to make sure you're doing things right. You need to learn from credible sources. If you're going to climb Mount Everest, you need to find a Sherpa or somebody who really knows what they're doing. When people fail, the first thing they do is double their effort. They put in more time and more hard work, but that's not necessarily going to work. You got to have the right way to put your work you got to toil and have hard work, but you got to do the right things to get those results. So if the direction you're running in is wrong, running faster only gets you in the wrong destination further. So it's very important that what we do is we get as close as we can to, I'll call it textbook, on what we want to do. And another good way to deal with failure is to reignite your desire. When you fall down and are feeling frustrated because you didn't achieve the goal, reignite the desire to do it all over again. Keep the energy going, boost your motivation, and it could be that simple. Just revisit your purpose and ask, why do you want to achieve the goal you set? Those reasons are the fuel to keep you going. Those reasons must be strong and emotionally must get you moving. Remember, if your purpose for your goal is not strong enough, you're not going to do whatever it takes to get to the goal. Give yourself compelling reasons to act, and you'll go beyond just solving the problem. You see, the way we need to approach things sometimes after you fail to reach your goal is simply reboot and restart, just like software. The same goes for life. Each night when you go to bed, actually, you're restarting and rebooting into a new day. And it doesn't matter what happened throughout the day, even if you had a rough day. You should rest, take a good night's sleep, because tomorrow's a brand new day. And you know what? Things might be different. Set a new goal or extend the time frame to achieve the goal that you failed. You know what? Remember to do your postmortem. And if you do those things, you will improve. You will have learned from your past and you will upgrade yourself to the next level. Remember, failures do not define who we are. If you fail right now, it doesn't mean you're going to fail again in the future. The current situation doesn't define us. It's just where we are right now. So when you fail to reach your goals, it doesn't mean you're a failure. So don't let failure define who you are. If you lose all your money investing in the stock market, does it mean you're a failure? Hell no. It just means you made a mistake in investing. Improve your strategy next time. Anytime you fail and get burned, we will learn, we will improve, and then we will try again. That's right. It's always about continuing to encourage ourselves to do it again. And you know what? We need to understand that success and failure are part of life. And if you fail to reach your goal, any one of them, it is very normal. We just need to remember the things we just talked about so that you can deal with your failures. Remember, it doesn't mean you have failed. It simply means that you've made progress, but not getting the exact result you want. Therefore, find out what went wrong, do your postmortem, and find a new strategy to reach your goals. There's always hope. Thanks for joining me, the Real Senior Stoner, today, talking about what you can do if you fail to reach your goals. Well, you know what we don't just sit on our hands and say, oh my goodness, poor me, I failed. No, by golly, we go out and say to ourselves, what did we do wrong? How can we make it better next time? Thanks for joining me, everybody. We're going to take our hit with The Dawn. Here we go. By the Kind Pen. And you're going to watch the digital temperature rising and rising and rising all the way up towards 700 degrees. We'll take our dab. Cheers, everyone, and let the dab train roll. Very tasty. Cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And once again, thanks for joining the Real Senior Stoner. Have a great one.